We left Camp Kilmer with all our belongings and marched down to the train. After the usual delays, the train started, and in about an hour we were in the Hoboken. People in houses along the tracks knew where we were going and waved us goodbye. It was dark when we detrained and boarded a ferry boat that took us down the bay to Staten Island. The lights of Manhattan disappeared, as did a few lights of the Statue of Liberty, and I knew it would be some time before I saw those sights again. None of us ever spoke very much. When we did, it was a masquerade to cover up our emotions. The band played for us as we waited for the ship. Red Cross women gave us coffee, donuts, and candy. We were checked off, boarded the ship, and were assigned to our bunks. We all went to sleep. This was the beginning entry of a diary that a World War II soldier kept throughout his tour in the European theater. Today, we are commemorating Memorial Day. Today, I would like to inform you about the meaning and traditions of Memorial Day to give you a better understanding of why exactly we celebrate this very important holiday. I'm going to give you a little history lesson of how this day came about so you understand its importance. Memorial Day, or Decoration Day as it was once called, is remembrance for those who have died in our nation's service. There are dozens of towns and cities laying claim to being the birthplace of Memorial Day, but the official place to recognize the holiday was New York City in 1873. It was officially proclaimed on 5 May 1868 by General John Logan, National Commander of the Grand Army of the Republic. On the Thursday before Memorial Day, 1,200 soldiers from the 3rd U.S. Infantry placed small flags on each of the more than 260,000 graves at Arlington National Cemetery. They patrol 24 hours a day over the weekend to ensure every flag remains in place. So now that you know a little bit of history, let's take a step in the right direction and return the meaning back to Memorial Day and honor our soldiers. This speech is for all Americans out there. Today, we commemorate Memorial Day because it's our duty and our responsibility to honor those that have fallen. Because of them, we live free. All my family has in one way or another served in the military. Some had fallen, some made it through. But because of each of them, I benefit with the freedoms of today. All Americans share the same feelings about the USA, and because of the heroes that came before us and risked their lives because they believed in the idea of America, which is freedom. You know, when you're at a sporting event and you hear that national anthem play, you, as well as every other American, gets a deep feeling in the bottom of their gut. Most may not realize it, but that is pride swelling up in you for your country and the people who fought for it and made it what it is today, the greatest country in the world. Why is this important? Why does this concern you? First reason would be because it's a day to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice for you. One other thing to think of is if it wasn't for the blood, sweat, tears, and heroic actions of the soldiers before us, we would be living under a different flag today. And for these reasons alone, we all need to check ourselves to realize the importance of this day and give a moment of silence to respect those who have fallen. Would you all now please bow your heads for a moment of silence? Thank you. Traditions, values, honor, respect, all of these need to be injected back into Americans so we can once again go back to our roots and return the real meaning of Memorial Day back to what it used to be. So I ask all Americans out there on this Decoration Day, will you be the one to honor those before us in some small way or form? I believe you will. I'd like to read a poem written by a woman commemorating the soldiers of war. Her name is Moyna Michael in 1955. We cherish too the poppy red that grows on fields where valor led. It seems to signal to the skies that blood of heroes never dies. I'd like to conclude this speech today with a prayer, a soldier's prayer, and with a simple sign of respect for all the soldiers in the wars past and present. It doesn't matter if you believe in God or not, prayer works. The soldier stood and faced his God, which must always come to pass. He hoped his shoes were shining just as brightly as his brass. Step forward now, you soldier, how shall I deal with you? Have you always turned the other cheek? To my church have you been true? The soldier squared his shoulders and said, no, Lord, I guess I ain't. 'Cause those of us who carry guns can't always be a saint. Had to work most Sundays, and at times my talk was tough. And sometimes I've been violent because the streets are awfully tough. But I never took a penny that wasn't mine to keep. Though I worked a lot of overtime when the bills got just too steep. Never passed a cry for help, though at times I shook with fear, and sometimes, God forgive me, I've wept unmanly tears. I know I don't deserve a place among the people here. They never wanted me around, except to calm their fears. If you have a place for me here, Lord, it needn't be so grand. I never expected or had too much, but if you don't, I'll understand. There was a silence all around the throne, where the saints had often trod, as the soldier waited quietly for the judgment of his God. Step forward now, you soldier. Walk peacefully on heaven's streets. You've done your time in hell. Soldiers, I salute you.